All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we actually have the phenomenal, the veteran, we have complete, the MC right here, live on the line, man. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing well, bro. Doing better than I'm talking to you. How are you, bro?
Oh, man, doing best as I can possibly be down here in Canada, man. Just enjoying the warm weather that we actually have going on in November, which is surprising, but I'm just enjoying it, man.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's good to be talking to you, man. Much love to Canada, man. It's good to get the sense and the taste of being international, man. Much love.
But I know you're a busy guy, complete. So I'm going to dive right into this interview, man. But I want to take you back to the beginning of beginning of your amazing career this far, and I have to ask, man, what originally inspired you to pursue a career within the music industry initially?
Man, actually, initially, it started, like I said, in a couple of things of mine, man, when I try to document my past. It started with a neighbor of mine back as a teenager who literally came over to my door one afternoon, and he was random. And he just knocked on the door and said, "Hey, bro, I just got into rapping, man. I started rapping. You do anything? What about you?" And I was like, of course, at that time, fascinated by it. And I answered yes, but the answer was that I hadn't yet. I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'm into it too, man. I've been doing this and that, and hadn't done anything." But shortly after that took place, of course, that gym set in, and then the fascination, grew even further. And things kind of developed from there. So hence where we are today.
And also, man, you were actually 1/3 of the hip hop group for Knox. I was wondering, what is the story behind that group? And of course, how did you actually get connected with the other members?
Oh man, it was high school. I was initially a part of the group with a high school member of mine, a friend of mine, who introduced me to Solid, which is one of the first guys I met. And it started then. That pretty much set the pace for everything. From there, met the other guy. Once they formed the group, they actually formed Fort Knox as a group in the 90s. And once we got that going, things kind of just took away from there. But it was basically a high school thing.
And I gotta say, man, you guys definitely have phenomenal chemistry, man. So you can really tell when you listen to your guys' records that like you guys obviously knew each other for many, many years.
Definitely. We go back a while, man. And when I say high school, I'm talking back in the mid to late 80s. So since then, it's definitely been a history from there. So it's in serious longevity.
And also as well, man, August 11th of 2016, Fort Knox actually released the amazing album titled Soul Searching. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this group project, and of course, is it actually still out there to be streamed or purchased today?
Yeah, it is, and I need to do more. We need to do more as far as being sure that it's on all the platforms and where it needs to be. But it's our latest group project that we put together, and it was actually released on the date that celebrated hip hop's birthday, August 11th. We wanted to release it on that particular date to have that significance. But it's the last actual full project release from the deal, so that one's sentimental to us, and hopefully we'll be able to follow that up. Production, so just phenomenal producers that we were able to get to work with on that project.
And I gotta say as well, it definitely was a phenomenal project, man. So if anyone hasn't heard this record, I definitely suggest they go on out there and actually stream it today.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's one of the ones we're most proud of, man. Like I said, hopefully we're going to follow it up and do things that are even bigger and better and beyond what we're able to do with that. But we'll see what's in store for us.
And also as well, on June 28th of 2021, you actually released the single titled "The Apple Didn't Fall Far," featuring D-Ruff. I was wondering, how did yourself and D-Ruff get connected? And of course, what was it like just working with him on this particular project?
Well, I like the way you posed that question, and then the answer to that will be easy. We got connected back in 1999 when my wife and I, we gave birth to D-Ruff. D-Ruff is actually my son. So he's my son featured on that project, man. So it was a blessing to be able to do something with him. You know, he of course became accustomed to his dad listening to and doing what he did, or what I did over the years, and he has it literally in him to do, you know, that's what he ended up doing and representing on that particular track. But it was something that came about organically. It wasn't forced. It was something that he came to me and said he wanted to do. He was starting to get into music and said, hey, I have whenever you're ready or whenever you have something, I feel like we need to, I'm ready now, and I need to join you on the track. You know, we need to do something together. And I hate to be typical, but I use the phrase in my mind, say less. So I was like, say less, we can make it happen. So we got a song from one of my longtime producers, amazing, out of Little Rock, Arkansas. The track was perfect, and I wrote my verse, and he penned his verse, and it came together. Fortunately, I guess, in a sense, I love the compliment that people always think that I wrote his verse, but it was all him. He did that. But again, that's my son. That's my son that I have featured in that. I said that went to core stuff to me.
And I got to say as well, I actually did not know that was your son, man. So, but I can definitely, hear where he gets his talent from. His dad.
Thank you.
Sure.
I appreciate that. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
And also, before we move off the topic of you working with your son, man, do you actually have any more projects currently in the works with your son, D-Rev?
Actually, not anything currently, but the future holds promise. You know, I know he's actually getting into the studio and doing some more things, so hopefully we'll be able to do something. I'm definitely going to be, you know, doing some more songs and more recording, and we're going to do some more group things, and of course I have more solo artists in the works, so Lord willing, I definitely hope we'll be able to put something else together, at least another song or two, because you know that first one was so effortless. I don't think I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop there. So hopefully we'll be able to work something out. Nothing in the works now as far as planned, but we'll see what the future holds.
And also as well, on June 14th of 2022, you actually released the amazing 12-track album titled Life. I was wondering, what is the story and inspiration behind this phenomenal project?
That was basically me trying to represent me. And that does not make sense, but to make it make sense, it was an album that I wanted to put together that reflected who I am as an artist. I pride myself on kind of going against the norm in a sense. Hip hop is more than I think what a lot of people think it is. It's not all detrimental. It's not all degrading. It's not all anything else that starts with a D that's negative. In a lot of cases, hip hop is powerful. It can be or it is one of the most important and most impactful and most meaningful forms of or genres of music on the planet. And then with what I do, I have a mother, I have a wife, I have 2 daughters, I have a sister, I have a sister-in-law. I'm surrounded by tons of children. So in my mind, musically, I always want to put out something that I feel like I could present to them at any time and not have to sit and mince about it or sit and question whether or not it'll be something that they may be okay with. My mother's one of my biggest fans. My mother's still alive. If my mother wasn't still alive, I would still want to do something in my eyes that I feel like I'd be comfortable with her listening to. That's just me. But with this album, I wanted to take the approach with Life to present something that I feel like everybody would be able to appeal to. And I know it's an impossible task, but the actual task was to try to make something that would appeal to everybody. That's why Life is an acronym for lyrics intended for everyone. And it literally was an album that I crafted and created with the idea of being something that would be something anybody could play. Even a person that would say, I'm not a hip-hop fan, I'm not a rap fan. I always try to tell people, never say that you're not a fan of a whole genre, because you may hear something in a particular genre that may blow you away. I thought at one point I wasn't a country fan, but I've heard country songs that I dig. You see what I'm saying? So it's tough to say. I know a lot of times it's based on politics and other things. I don't want to hear what, these particular type of people do or listen to, but don't shelter yourself like that because you're going to get some mind-blowing things. But again, to get back to your question, that was the direction behind that album and what the intent was for that and where we're going with it. And that's, to me, easy for me to say. I know it's subjective, but it honestly, I tried to craft it as being one of the most important and impactful albums ever put out. And to me, I think it came out that way. It's one of the most impressive albums that I think I've heard, just with the way everything came together. But again, people will be surprised to hear me say that, but that's what I feel about it.
And before we move off the topic of this particular album release, man, like, do you actually currently have any hard copies available for the individuals that really do still love just that hard copy format?
Very good question. And I don't, because I got so stuck in where we are today and where we are with technology and streaming and everything's about streaming. But you're right, that is something that people want, because people still want something that's physically tangible. And it's something that I don't currently have, but I think we're gonna go back into the into that direction and try to make that happen. You know, try to get some CDs or something physical, even the flash drives. You know, something that can make it something physical that people can have that want to go that direction. So I definitely, I think you just sparked something. I think I may have to go to work on that.
And also,
right now, it's just strictly available for streaming.
And also, August 19th of 2022, you actually released the amazing single titled Butterfly Effect. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this most recently released single. And of course, actually, where can we actually buy or stream ourselves a copy of this phenomenal single today? Because I gotta say, it definitely is a phenomenal release.
Oh, thank you very much. It's actually everywhere. You know, all of the major platforms, major streaming platforms. I'd say it's available on Apple Music, Tidal, Complete Emcee, Bandcamp.com, Spotify, YouTube Music. It's available on all of the major streaming platforms, as well as my other projects. Everything is available basically, and Googling the name is the best way to find a lot of my material as well. Complete, VTHE, and then Emcee, EMCEE. If you type it in, you'll come up with a lot of content, from the videos to all of my music. On all of the major streaming platforms, you'll be able to catch it right now. But I'm going to work on those physical options and see what we can do to get that done, too.
And also, I have to ask, man, what is next for yourself, Complete the Emcee, man? Is there anything we happen to miss during tonight's interview? Anything else you do still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still got you here live on the Canadian FM radio dial this evening.
Oh, man, definitely looking at just recording more music. I have a couple of other projects in the works. I have some features in the works, some other artists that they want me to do some things that they're working on. Have some stuff I'm planning on actually recording this week, you know, if I'm able to make that happen. But some features that we're working on, and then some of my other solo projects, some song contests that I want to get done, looking at getting those done as well. So just trying to continue the recording and continue putting things out into the world and hoping it can reach someone. You know, even if it's one person, that's enough. Especially a new ear. You know, it's always good to be able to come across new ears. And I appreciate you for your platform as well, because I'm sure I'm probably reaching someone that I haven't reached before tonight. You know, just thanks to you and your platform. So I appreciate that. But right now, again, just to answer your question, it's just trying to stay in the lab and get back in the lab, and then just keep putting out what I call that good content, relevant, stuff with substance.
And also, Complete, this is the time of the interview quickly, man, that I give a chance for the individual that does slide into the radio station airwaves, just a chance to give shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to, but most of all, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything Complete the Emcee if they're not already doing so.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I would definitely have to give shout out, man, first and foremost to my family, my wife, the kids, nieces, nephews, brother and sister, my mom. As far as the social media, everything is under Complete VMC, Complete THEEMCEE on Instagram, Facebook. Primarily I'm on Instagram and Facebook. As far as my artist pages, those are my social media handles. The group website, going back to Fort Knox, I know we're talking about me tonight, but everything, I wouldn't even be doing what I'm doing without the group's inspiration and without them even saying, hey, we need to do solo projects. So Fort Knox is FORTNOX. The group website is www.fortnox3.com. So shout out to those guys. I'm 1/3 of Fort Knox. There's Tutu is the other member, and our third member is Solid. That's out of order, but Solid the MC, there's Tutu and myself. Also, shouts out to the legendary DJ Ernie G, who helped me put together. He was actually a producer of 5 of the songs on my latest album, Life. He's done 80 to 90% of all of Fort Knox's content, so he's a legendary producer here out of Fort Worth, major talent. Shouts out to my man Amazing, another producer who's been doing a lot of my work with me. Shouts out to my videographers, my dudes from Jockstrip Productions, videography team out of Fort Worth and Arlington, man. They've done some amazing work. They've done a lot of my latest videos. My man Marcella Suber with Suber Studios, Roy Richards, Lux Filmworks, all these videographers that I've had the blessing and opportunity to work with, man. Just shouts out and much love and respect to the whole DFW music scene. I'm from a metroplex known as Dallas Fort Worth. Can't say one without the other, with Arlington in the middle. We're a music scene, man, that I don't consider that. We're beyond local, but we try to make a spark, man, and do what we can do, and we've been doing it forever, man. So we pride ourselves on being from here, man, and just want to keep it moving. But much love to the whole music scene here, man, and much love to Canada.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, man, thank you so much for just giving us a bit of your time here this evening and sliding into the 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM dial, man. It definitely was an honor and most definitely a privilege, man. And hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon.
Definitely, man. And I appreciate the opportunity. I would love for a part 2 or to revisit with you again. I feel like I kind of maybe rushed through some things and didn't spend as much time as I needed to on some of your questions. I know some things, deserve more of an elaborate answer, and then maybe we can make that happen, man. But thank you for the opportunity again, man. Much love to Canada, man, and much love to the whole world, and thank you again for the platform, brother. I sincerely appreciate it.
Hey, man, you are most certainly welcome, man, and definitely a part 2 is definitely gonna go down in the near future, man. But for now, definitely have yourself a phenomenal Friday night, and of course, a phenomenal weekend as well, man. We definitely shall talk here soon.
You do the same, bro. Appreciate you.